second. Now is the screen visible? Yes. थैंक यू एवरीवन. यशवर्धन अपने एंड पे बेटा एक बारी चेक करो कनेक्शन. Okay, so class, till now in the unit on bonds, we have discussed what are the different types of bonds and what are the various options available to the investors, to the company in terms of flexibility in the calling option on the bonds. Apart from this, we are currently on the topic of calculation of yield on the bonds. What is yield? Yield is the return on investment made. Okay, so one thing is the coupon interest that you are earning on the bond. Second is the yield, the return on investment. If your bonds are being issued at par in the market, then your yield is equal to the coupon interest or coupon rate which you are earning on the bond. However, if the bond is issued at premium, okay, there are basically three cases where you can compare how bond and the interest earned or the coupon earned on the bond move in tandem with each other. The coupon rate of interest and the yield on the bond will be equal if the bond is issued at par. On the other hand, when the bond is issued at premium, that is above the face value, your coupon will be lower than the yield because you are paying a premium while you are earning the coupon on the face value of the bond. Okay, and the case of discount will be totally different. There okay, sorry, here I have used the, so your coupon here will be greater than yield when you are earning the, sorry, you are purchasing the bond at discount. Then you are paying less, but you are earning more. There, your yield will be greater than the coupon. Okay, you are earning the interest on the face value. The yield includes the interest which you are earning and the time value of money which you are earning, the reinvestment rate of the intermediate cash flows which you are earning. So yield is a combination. It considers the value at which you are purchasing the bond and the interest flows you are receiving from the bond. So when the bond is purchased at discount, then your yield will be higher than the coupon rate of interest you are earning on the bond. Okay, I hope these three cases are clear to everyone. After that, what we have done is the calculation of yield. How can we calculate the yield on the bonds? Because it is the yield curve which gives you an indication of what the markets are expecting, what are the expectations from the economy. Okay, so debt market to a large extent is functioning on the shape of the yield curve, which we'll be doing in detail in the coming classes, how the curve depicts the movement of interest rates in the market and what are the various theories behind that. But for the time being, let's recall what are the types of yield we have done. The first yield which we did was the calculation of current yield. That is, what is the annual rate of return you are earning from the bond. which was simply the interest on the bond divided by the market price of the bond. Okay, after this we did YTM, which is the yield you earn if you are holding the bond till maturity. And third was the yield to call. Okay, this was specifically for callable bonds. Now, if the bonds are called before their maturity, say the interest rates in the market have fallen and the company has called back the bonds from the investors, then till the date of calling, what is the yield earned by the investor? Okay, and a last case which we will be discussing is the holding period yield. Okay, so what is the return you are earning for the time period you are holding on to the bond investment? So let us start with the practical part. YTM and YTC we have done practical. We'll practice one more question just to revise the concept and then we'll proceed further. The question is there on your screens. An investor buys a 10% bond with a face value of 1000 and a market value of 1029. The maturity is in 4 years and it will be redeemed at par. You have to find out the YTM. And for the same bond, if it is called in 2 years, what will be the YTC? So I'll write down the formulas and then you can start working. So for both YTM and YTC, we calculate the approximate value using the formula and then we arrive at the exact value using the interpolation method. If you want, you can write it like this. Redeemable value at call और call value CVB यूज कर सकते हो, call price यूज कर सकते हो. So let's move step by step. First, calculate the approximate YTM you are getting in this question. Sorry. Please put the values in the formula and tell what the YTM is coming to approximately. Yes, class, what is the value coming to? Okay, more responses. You should have calculated the exact YTM, or this is the approximate value? Exact. Okay. 11.06. Hmm. Ashu, this is the approximate value you are getting. There's some mistake in this. Your redemption is at par. Market price is 1029. Redemption is 1000. Interest is 100. N is 4. Class fast, yes. I'll call out names and ask then. Put in your responses fast. All the values are there. Just put them in the formula. Yes, Meghna, have you solved? Meghna, not here, Meghna. Fast. Why is it taking so much time? सबका आंसर डिफरेंट आ रहा है. Why 10.57 approximate value? I'll also solve 9.142. Okay, so all of you are giving me the approximate value. Yes? YTC बेटा पीयूष अगर आपने 9.142 करा है तो उसके बाद आप जो चेक करोगे वैल्यू दैट विल बी बिटवीन 9% एंड 10%. Okay, so now you will be calculating the value of the bond at 9%, then at 10%, and then we put in the values in the interpolation formula. Okay, thank you everyone. So I believe all of you have got the approximate YTM. उसके बाद हम वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं बॉन्ड की at 9%. For that, you will be receiving interest of 100 rupees for 4 years. Okay. Okay, you are giving the YTM, Muskan. YTM और YTC, I think आपने inverse लिखा है. YTM approximately is 9.14 and YTC will be 11.057. Okay. So now you calculate, it's okay, at 9% for 4 years and then at the end. Okay. So don't get confused. Both the concepts are different. Be very sure of the terminology you are using. Okay, and then the bond will be redeemed at par at the end of 4th year. So 9% for 4. I'll give you the table values. Then you people will get the value at 9%. This is 3.240 and this is 0.708. So I'll also give the PVAF values at 10%. 3.170. Now you can calculate the value at 9% and 10%. $1032 at 9%. Yes, at 230. Prashant, I have uploaded some videos yesterday. Please check. For the previous 3 classes, I have uploaded. Please से ज़्यादा ही करिए. Remaining I'll upload. And I have also uploaded the practical for Unit 3 unsolved questions. PVAF 10% for 4 years is 3.170. Yes, I think it's thoda. Yes, but at this value is 3.170. Okay, 3853. उसका इतना डिफरेंस क्यों आ रहा है बेटा आपकी वैल्यू में? Just check. Yes, 1000 is the value here. So you'll always see that at the lower discount rate, you will get a higher value, and at the higher discount rate, you get a lower value. Yes, because we are seeing the approximate value at 10% and the coupon rate, you are getting 1000 as the value at 10%. So now how do we move further? We take the lower discount rate plus value at lower discount rate. This is exactly like IRR minus the market price upon value at lower discount rate minus value at higher discount rate into the difference between the discount rates. So this will give you the exact value of YTM. Just put in the values. So what is the exact YTM you people are getting? Yes, this is absolutely right. 9.093. Okay, let's take it to three decimal places. 9.093%. Good. So now you can move to YTC. YTC की भी मैंने values लिख दी हैं. Some of you have calculated that approximately it is coming to कितना था 11.057. Okay, so which means we are repeating all these steps again when we are solving for YTC 11.057. So I will give you the PVAF and PVF values for both 11 and 12% now. Okay, so okay, Ashu, at 4 years or 2 years, sorry, you will be calculating at 2 years now because your bond is being called in 2 years. So now the fair value will be calculated with respect to 2 years of investment. Okay, I'll give you the values. at 2 years, and also we are taking as 2 in the formula, and when we calculate the intrinsic value, that will also be with 2-year investment. So PVAF is 1.713 and PVF is 0.812. Okay, so now you can repeat the steps, calculate the value, and then put them in the interpolation formula. You can give me the values at 11 and 12%. Okay, let me check. आशु values नहीं ठीक आई बेटा. I'll just add another page. I will just show you. So now when you are calculating the value at 11%, you will be taking, so value at 11% will be PVAF 200, and your callable value will be taken here. No, not 1029. That's what I am saying. You will be taking 1060. Now that is the value you are receiving at the end of 2 years. Okay. So please correct that. Now you will get the values. So I am moving back to this slide. We are taking 1060. पीयूष, आपका जो बॉन्ड है वो कॉलेबल बॉन्ड है. ठीक है, जब आपको कंपनी पैसा देगी at the end of 2 years, that will be 1060. So when you are discounting the cash flows from the bond, then we take the interest and the redemption value, which here in this case will be 1060. Okay, so 1032, yes, correct. For 11%, you are getting a value of 1032, and calculate for 12%. So please be careful with these points. Yes, both the values are correct. Now just put them in the formula. The same formula for as for YTM. Just put the values in the formula. These are correct values. यस पीयूष, अब वैल्यूज पुट करो फॉर्मूला में. Yes, 11.15 approximately. Okay, correct answer. Rest of you also put in your responses. One six five. Okay, so more or less this is the answer. Rest of you also please check. You're getting the yield to call as approximately 11.16. कुछ minor rounding off होगा जो difference होगा. Otherwise, this is the answer. Yes, done everyone. Give your responses, please. Only then can I proceed. What about the rest of you? Okay, thank you. So we move to the last type of field that we will be covering, and that is the holding period yield. Now we have already done holding period rate of return when we were doing the equity valuation. So this is exactly the same concept. I'll just come to the slide. So there you can see that it is the total return from holding an asset over a period of time, and it is the interest you are earning plus the capital gain or loss you are making from the investment. So P1 minus P0 plus interest divided by P0. That is how much return you are earning on the initial investment made. So let's take a simple question on the same. So this is the question here. Mr. Tiwari purchased a bond for 900. 900 is your P0. That is the purchase price with a coupon payment of 150. He sold the bond at a price of 1050 after 1 year. That is your P1. What is the holding period rate of return? And you have to calculate HPR if the bond is sold for 800. So I'm writing the formula, then you can put in the values and you get the HPR. P1 is the price at the end of year 1. P0 is the purchase price. Please solve. Okay, so this is for first part. Solve for the second part also. I'll check the answer by that time. Yes, first part is 33.33. Into 6.25%. एक बार ये पार्ट चेक करना अपना कैलकुलेशन सेकंड पार्ट की, not the answer given in the book. Just check your calculation for the second part. $5.55. Okay, so this is how the holding period yield is calculated. So I'll just we'll stop here and continue tomorrow. I'll just take the attendance.